I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. So this is where I talk about twin flame process and this is just a reading for the beginning of this year, for this week I guess. So happy 2024. Before I start, to let you know, if you wanted a reading, to go to my website and you can find out there how to go about booking and everything else that you would need to know in regard to that. So, and I hope you all had happy holidays. Hope you all had a holiday. And the reason that I've not done a reading over the holidays and also not for January for the monthlies is because I've had a lot of stuff happen energetically over Christmas, which means that I've just got really busy basically doing other stuff, so I'm going to be getting out of here this year, this place, this location. Finally, I don't know how, I don't know where to yet. Well, I know where they say to, but I'm just kind of like, you know, it's just moving one step at a time with the things that I need to do. Lots of planning and lots of organising and little things that need doing one at a time so we can leave here. I believe they said Indian summer, so I believe by mid-September I'll be out of here and living somewhere else. So that's good news for me. Get away from all the dark energy that's around this location. So that's why I've been away for a couple of weeks. And I'll get back into it, I suppose. I won't do January readings, I'll do February's. I think, I don't know, I'll have to see what I do, I don't know, we'll have to see. Right, let's have a look at what they've got to say right now about what's going on. Okay, so they just showed me the Ace of Wands in my head, which is point of attraction. And then either side of that, they're showing a crescent moon, like with the face, you know, the man in the moon face. Two crescent moons facing each other, so the faces are facing each other. And then actually to start with, it was two fishes, and then it turned into crescent moons, so it's Pisces. I don't know if we're in Pisces yet. I think we're still in Aquarius, actually. Is Pisces at the end of the month? Aquarius, Pisces, I presume it is. So something going on. I'm just going to look, actually. Let's have a look. See when the moon is. Oh, it's crescent moon right now. It's a waning crescent. It's in Scorpio. It's going to be a new moon. It's Capricorn, Aquarius. And then after that, I suppose it is. So it's, and then it goes back into a crescent moon, into Pisces, and it starts to grow full again. So that's next week, right? So I guess they're talking for the period then, up until when it does that, which is next Sunday. So it is for this week, this reading. So maybe that's all they mean there. So we're winding down to a new moon, Capricorn Aquarius axis. It's two very different energies. Capricorn is all about work and ambition and aspiration, very physical, manifested reality, very feet on the ground, very earthly, very authoritative, very, very organised and very capable in that kind of physical way, you know. And then we've got Aquarius, which is away with the fairies and very ethereal and very mental and very out there. So it's going from a very strongly grounded energy, I guess you would say, to a very otherworldly place in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about ideas and imagination and creation through, like, it's like the aha moment. Aquarius is like an aha moment of the discovery, you know, whereas Capricorn is like the looking down at the piece of paper and doing the work in a kind of constructive way, more like kind of accounting and stuff, I guess. in a mental way. If it was to be mental Capricorn, it would be all about numbers and getting hold of things, in a physical, making things happen in the physical through organising the physical. Whereas Aquarius is more about letting go of the physical and just seeing what arrives through thought and individuality. Anyway, they're saying Capricorn is about crunching the numbers, whereas, Aquarius is not that at all. Aquarius is like, forget about the numbers. Let's just like let go and be free and see where we get to from there. So that's where the moon's going to be. Let's see what else they say. The world, so we've got completion. So when they're showing in my head, right, the point of attraction, it kind of looks like that as well. So it's like the woman being the point of attraction, the alignment, right? And then these two crescents either side facing each other. So it's like masculine and feminine coming together in point of attraction through two sides of the story, they're saying. So that might be the Capricorn, which is very masculine and authoritative, and the Aquarius, which is very out there and kind of feminine in its deconstruction of reality. And, ideas and manifestations arriving through a letting go of what is physically oriented. So two halves coming together, two different aspects coming together in that moon, I think is what they're saying, bringing that into point of attraction. So maybe it's all coming together in like a hard reality and a let go in that moon. So it might be everything feels all right in the moon because you're all right with the reality that you're in. The energy that's moving through the beginning of this year, I have to say, is really kind of masculinely dominated, maybe because we're in the sign of Capricorn, in a very kind of constructive way, which is like driving through barriers and pushing through resistance, not in a resistant way, but in a just very directed and very authoritative way. So it's like, I'm going to get this done and I will get it done and nothing's stopping me from getting it done at the start of this year in that masculine way, but it's not in a fearful way. It's not in a kind of like a panicky, like I'm afraid if I don't get this done, everything's going to go wrong or be wrong. It's just in a very kind of the masculine moving forward and I'm going to get it done and I will get it done and I'm really strongly and I'm strong and I'm going to get it done. So you might notice that coming through you and like a feeling of drive and ambition as you're moving through the start of the year, already started around Christmas. It does come with its like, you've got to give leeway, right? When you feel the masculine energy moving through you and it's right, like this, right, marching, let's get going, let's get this job done. It can tip over into anxiety and worry and fear because it's masculine energy. So you might notice a little bit of that coming up, like you almost like tipping over the edge into like panic mode. But it's really, they're saying self-reliant. The feminine is coming into self-reliance this year. So being able to get things done, so being able to operate from ego, but in a really like conscious way, it's like still connected to guidance. So it's kind of going to the brink of masculine energy and then pulling back from it. So you're not leaping over the edge of the cliff into like, you are just maybe getting to the brink of that because you're moving so fast and so furious as you move forward. But then you get to that and then you're like coming back and you're like, no, take a step back and allowing yourself to be guided again. So it's a bit of a to and fro. So again, we've got that to and fro. Nothing wrong with that. It's like self-organisation, they're saying. We've got feminine and the mind coming up, right? So the feminine, it's like using the ego to be really capable and confident and get things done. Because it's about power in the physical domain, right? And the power of you and your ability to cope with being alive and being a human being. And in that, you have to use your ego, right? But when the ego goes into detriment, it's like the person starts to be afraid of everything and starts to worry about everything and starts to disagree and be disagreeable. So that's the downward effect of ego, is that you start to be disagreeable inside yourself with things like, I don't like this, and I wish this was different, and I don't want to do this, and I wish I wasn't here, and all that kind of disagreeable with where you're at. But you've got to use ego to move forward. So there's a lesson coming this year in being in your ego, but not going into the disagreeability of the ego, because that's where it's negative and it's negligent, right? You're being negligent with your ego. So it's about ownership of the ego and just like, no. It's almost like the stop point, right? A boundary inside yourself, a stop point in like, no, I'm not going out of my point of attraction. I'm going to remain feeling really good. I'm not going to be disagreeable, but I am going to move forward. So in that, there's a lot of strength for the feminine, right? And that's all about the mind and how your mind is in operation. Because to be truthful about what you are vibration in operation, only appearing to be physical, right? So it's about vibrational alignment inside yourself, which has got nothing to do with the physicality either of you or around you, which apart from that is a loose shell, and which is basically what you're deconstructing, right? So the Capricorn is the concrete of the physical reality, and then the Aquarius is the letting go of the physical reality, right? And it's more about vibrationality. It's mentality connected to vibrationality. So it's like a boundary, right? It's like arriving at a boundary about how you let the physical reality affect you in a negative way that's coming at that moon, basically. And again, those two crescents that they're showing like that, facing the point of attraction, it's your boundary, right? There's a boundary around your vibration as you move towards the moon at next weekend, and it's moving through you. And it's your self-organisation of your vibration self-organisation of your physical experience, actually, because it's like the vibration is going to organise your physical experience. So that's where you go to the edge, where you might almost go to the edge of like, I don't like this, and then you're like, no, step back, let go, and let's see where it goes. Because the Aquarian that we're moving into is the let's see where it goes energy. It's the let go. And very much let's see where it goes, because it's a mentality. It's a mental aspect. Let's see. Let's say we don't know, and let's see what happens. What happens from this that I'm doing. So it's not knowing 5 steps ahead what's going to happen 5 steps ahead. It's only going through your guidance of the next thing that you do. And then let's see what happens after that. So that's the let go, right? So the Capricorn is the do this now, the one thing that they're bringing up for you to do, and doing it with authority and competence in the physical world, in your manifested reality, but not saying, well, where is it going to lead me to 5 steps ahead of this? Because I need to know that now to feel good, just doing the one thing they're telling you to do, and then and meeting that with a less expectation, right, of the Aquarian, the let's see how it goes. And then as you move into that Aquarian energy, and they're saying every step of this week as we move forward is the next thing will come up for you to do. So you do one thing, you let go, you're letting go of everything else that's ahead of you as you do that one thing. And as you do complete that one thing, another thing will come up on your path for you to do. And then you move into that. So there's always a let go ahead of you, right? And then we've got 8 of Pentacles, which is connection in the physical. So again, it's like you do one thing and one thing comes up. You do one thing, the next thing comes up. You're engaging with your brain. So you are taking part in a human perspective through your brain, asking as you finish the one thing, I've done that now, what's next? I've done that now, what's next? And the next thing will come up. You might have a million things that it could be, but as you ask what's next, the next thing will come up. And just that one thing, it'll come up in clarity, it'll come up clearly, what's next? Because if you let go, clarity will tell you what's next. When you get into fear and panic mode and you start to like pull down from like that let go, you can't see clearly and you don't know, it's confusion, right? So it's the let go that gives you the aha, the inspiration of what comes next. Then it's what you do. 8 of Cups, so it's love comes from love, right? So when you're completing a task that you're guided to do, in the present moment, you put everything that you've got into that task. You don't ask, well, what's next? And try to look ahead. You focus on it's like this, right? If you're lifting a weight, you lift that weight and you focus on the muscle that's lifting the weight to grow the muscle. And that's all you do. You don't think about your shopping list. You don't think about what you're wearing tomorrow, what your dinner is tomorrow. You focus on the feeling and the muscle as you lift the weight. And the muscle will grow and the muscle will get stronger, right? Things like that. So love comes from love. You just focus on the one thing. You give it all of yourself, your whole passion, your whole beingness, everything. And then you let go and the next thing will come and you do the same with the next thing. And love will grow. Love is a feeling, not a thing, right? Love is a sense of beingness. It's not a person, it's not a dress, it's not a car, it's not a location. It's a feeling about anything that you do, that you put into everything that you do that's going to bring you the next thing from that feeling. So love comes from love. And the growing of love, like you would grow the muscle from focusing on the muscle as you lift the weight, you're going to grow your love by focusing on loving what you do as you do the thing that you're doing that you love. You may or may not love, but you're being guided to do it, so you're going to do it anyway with love. Clarity. Knight of Swords. So clarity is in the heart of the reading. That means clarity is everything in this reading, and clarity will come therefore, right? If you let go and do what you do with love, what you bring to you in the physical is going to match up to love, and you're going to get the clarity of the next thing to do as you move through. As you move through this week. So it might be one different thing every day you're guided to do. Let's do that thing today, and then after that's done, okay, maybe you're lying in bed in the morning and the next thing comes up and okay, that's the thing I'm doing today. They're saying like you're getting one thing off your list. Everything's going to get done one at a time with love. And then we've got dark to light. So we've still got this play out of dark to light, which is always in the physical world, right? You're always going to get a play out. There's always going to be something comes up from somewhere that doesn't match up to your expectation. That isn't what you necessarily want to see. I'll just give you an example, right? And it's like, this is because it's in everything manifested around you. I'll go out and walk my dog and we'll today we're just walking around the corner and she goes behind something like one of those boxes that's on the street, like an electricity box or something. She went behind it and I lost my focus on her for a minute, and then she started sniffing around and I looked around there and there was a pile of cat sick and I'm like oh no, come on, let's go. It's the little things, right? It's always going to show up in little things. It's like, just ignore it and get on with it, right? Don't focus on what you don't want and just get on with the job of doing what you do want to do, right? That you're being guided to do. Ignore the rest. Because there's always going to be little bits and pieces of it. But it's, I don't feel like it's going to be really strongly negative this week. It's just what comes up as you move through life, right? Little things, they're saying. It's such a little card, the Five of Swords. It's a daily card. It's not like a huge, it's not like Temperance or something like that where it's dark to light. Six of Swords, let go mentally. So you've got to let go of all these little things that come along that are, I could have put all my energy into seeing that and gone, oh my God, not that again. And it's always here and I don't like that. And we see it everywhere. And I could have got really wound up and really nasty inside myself about it. But I didn't. I just laughed. I was like, and as we walked away, I could still smell it. And I was just like, yeah, all right, go away now. We don't need you anymore. To even the smell, it's like, just go. But with a sense of fun, not a sense of life is shit. Okay. Could have been worse. It could have been worse, right? Could always be worse. Page of Cups, love. Little things of love. Love everything. Love the little things, right? Focus on the love that's there. Focus on anything that you can love. Love what you can, leave the rest behind. Queen of Pentacles, physically grounded, right? So it's coming full circle. The world is full circle. So you're going to go, this week, you're going to go from Capricorn, right? You're going to go into Aquarius and you're going to come full circle back round at some point into your physical reality and into groundedness. And something is leaving you as you move through this week. This Five of Swords is you are arriving into the light. So something is leaving you. I feel like it's a feeling maybe, or it's an idea, or it's a relinquishing, they're saying, some kind of aspiration. So another let go coming. It's going to be like a feeling, it's going to be a sense of, it doesn't matter what happens as long as it's good. Something like that. Because that's essential to moving into the next thing that's going to be good. It's not having, you can't have an idea of what comes next. Because if that thing doesn't happen, then how are you going to feel? You've just got to give it up to God, and you've just got to say, it doesn't matter what comes, I know what's coming is going to feel good because I feel good. But you can't be like, it's got to be this, because if you say that, then if it doesn't come along the next thing along, you're going to feel bad, right? So there's a relinquishment coming, and I think that's when we come into the Pisces afterwards, which is a healing energy, a very fluid energy, right, in the Pisces, a very emotional, watery, fluid energy of, so they're saying like survival. They're saying like life is, when it's survival, it's like life is okay. It's okay to be here. Because remember, you're not human really. You're vibrational. And sometimes when you feel like it's all so difficult and so hard being human and being here, it's simply because it's not matching up to what that's asked of being human through this egoic energy of like, it's got to be like this. It's got to be, my life's got to look like this. And if it doesn't look like this, it's not all right. So there's some kind of letting go of that that's coming in Pisces after the moon next week. Ace of Swords, communication. So in terms of twin flame, basically communication from your twin is going to come through from that energy of it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it feels all right. Right? Because you can't be having ideas of what it's going to look like between you and your twin flame. Because if you do, what's it going to be like if it doesn't look like how you want it, you feel like it should look like, or you want it to look like? That's telling you it's only going to be good if it feels or looks like that. You know, it might come about in the most, they're saying like abstract way, really abstract connection through you and your twin. It could be something really random or really abstract that you haven't even considered could happen in the way that they come back to you or come to you or you meet them or who they are or how it turns out to be, you see. So you've got to let go to receive. And the communication, right, and the clarity, because then it will come, like you and your twin are connected mentally. So the let go mentally is how the communication arrives, right? The clarity, every pop of clarity you get about what you do next, because you're letting go of what you think should happen next, is the same clarity as someone coming to you because they're being told, they're being guided, this is what you do next. Right? So your twin coming to you with communication is because they're going to be guided into the next thing they do. So you letting go and going with the next thing you're guided to do when they tell you the next thing to do is your twin coming to you when they're letting go and being guided into coming to you. Right? So basically that's what it is this week. So it could be the arrival, physical connection through the let go, the clarity, communication at that moon. But who knows? Because we've got to let go. We can't say, well, it must be. Because if we say it must be, then what if it isn't? And not everybody is going through everything at the same time. So this reading is going to apply to whenever you look at it. If it applies to you, then, right? So you've got to let go of everything to receive. Relinquishment is the name of the game. Four of Swords rests the mind. That means don't think about it too much, just let go. Communication, can you see that one? Sorry, Ace of Swords. Ending in the mind. See, it's all about the mind, everything in the heart of the reading, everything. We've got clarity through letting go of the mind. We've got an ending in the mind. We've got communication coming from that. It's all about receiving, they're saying, what you receive, about letting go so you can receive. World, completion, and something manifesting into the physical reality. That's the Ace of Pentacles. Wisdom, feminine. What do you do to receive? You move slowly through life, one thing at a time. You don't let yourself get overwhelmed by thinking, I've got to do it all on one day, or I've got to do it and it's got to look like this. You just do whatever comes up. Don't fight against it. Just do it. Push through it, get it done, but don't fight it. Vibrational accuracy and creation through vibration is what you bring through the physical. So that's a feminine creation through her vibration. So it's a vibration of accuracy, which is not fighting things inside yourself. Like, I don't want to do it. It shouldn't look like this. It's just getting it done. Like it or not, that's how you use your ego. Boundaries around yourself, around how you're going to allow yourself to feel in relation to the things that you have to do. Right? You just do it. You just get it done. Physical. 6 of Swords and good. And then you let go of it. It's done, let go of it. Don't start thinking. Right, for example, I had loads of returns to send back this week, shopping returns. And, I could, like my little monkey mind ego wants to jump in and say, oh, what if they don't receive it? What if they don't check it off? What if you don't get your money back? And I'm like, no, let go. Let go, not thinking about that, stop it, go away. Right? You've got to stop the fear from like getting into your nooks and crannies and giving you the runaround, because that's what fear will do. Queen of Swords, it will wind you up to a crescendo and make you run around like a headless chicken. 6 of Cups, reunion on your brain, right? So isolate your brain, use it for what it's worth, and let go of the rest. Page of Cups, and there you have groundedness in the vibration, right? So that's how you ground things and you bring them along through vibration. That's how you manifest through vibration. You use your brain what it's for, creating, getting the job done, visualization, adding to your happiness whatever way you can, and that you don't let it run you around in circles through fear mentality. You let go and you end that scenario. And the next thing that comes along, communication, the big one, Ace of Swords. Love comes from love, 8 of Cups, and justice. The right thing to do. Again, really mental energy. The right thing to do with your brain. Love comes from love. You love what you do, you love who you are, you love where you're at, you love everything. Yeah, it might have all looked negative in the past, it might be dark behind you. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, I've been told I'm getting out of here this year. If we could go back just 3 months and you would see where I was in relation to where I am, there would be a very different story around how I feel, because I'm still dealing with a lot of negativity. But now it's gone, right? So, and yes, it's moving forward energy. 5 of Swords, dark to light, timing. So it's time to arrive in the light, basically. And again, they're just saying, and get things done. So you might find this scenario happening in your life where you are just being pushed ever so slightly to employ your ego, to utilize your human brain and to get things done in your physical reality that are going to get you moving forward. Create physical, 3 of Pentacles. Ending, Tower, that's an ending, big shift. Vibrational, what comes through the vibration, 8 of Wands. Ego. It's got a use, it helps you get things done. The ego is boundaries, and you use it for yourself and how you feel. And other people as well, but I think we know that already, right? Like if somebody says something funny to you, you don't take it on board, you just let it go. You don't even acknowledge it, you don't even let it, not even for 1 second, affect how you feel. You just let go. No, not my circus, not my monkeys, right? Anybody's ideas of you, how you feel, what about yourself, what you do in your life, how you look, anything, their ideas on you, not your circus, not your monkeys. Let them worry about that. And that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Lots of love. Have a very good week. See you later. Take care.